Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video for me. I'm going to be doing a anti-haul, or products that I don't want to buy video. So I don't want this to be super negative, but I kind of wanted to talk about this to kind of touch on the beauty industry in general. I have gone through Trendmood's page, which Trendmood is an Instagram account run by this fabulous woman who posts about every kind of makeup release, makeup brand that's created, any kind of skincare that's coming out, all in one place, so you really know what is going on in the makeup world when it comes to products. So I went through and picked out some things that I think are just crazy or overpriced or just not worth it, and I wanted to share those with you. I'm a believer in not only is it good to be positive about makeup on my channel, but also a little negative. You can't have one without the other. And especially in this day and age when this industry is just becoming bigger and bigger to the point where it is so difficult as a consumer to keep up, whether it's you wanting products but you just bought something else so you don't have the money to buy this new product, or where it's just like an overload of products coming out that it just, like me, my brain cannot handle it. There's so many new products coming out that are all the same things we are seeing over and over again, like warm toned eyeshadow palettes, and then new makeup brands that are coming out on the scene that are just kind of cash grabs. And I hate when people say that, when people try and gatekeep the makeup industry. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, as a consumer, it is just way too much, to the point where it is making me less interested in makeup, because there are so many new brands and so many new products being pushed in my face that I'm kind of just having a reverse reaction to it all. I don't know if you feel the same way. I feel like some people do, especially when it comes to ColourPop. Whenever Trendmood posts about a new ColourPop collaboration, which is every single week, there are always people in the comments saying like, this is ruining the beauty industry, it's way overload, we don't want this, blah blah blah. So I'm interested to know your thoughts, so let me know down below if you feel overloaded, overwhelmed like I do. So I'm actually going to start this off on a positive note, following the theme of my eyes today. Natasha Denona and ColourPop are coming out with cool toned eyeshadow palettes. I have the Naked 2 on my eyes right now, and I like this kind of color scheme when it comes to a cool tone, because it's almost like they're taking some warm tones and cooling them down just a touch so that they work with super cool colors like this, because you've got like a bronze and a gold, but you could create a look with this cooler pink tone. I really like that, and that's kind of the style that these two palettes coming out are following, so I'm super interested in those. I think it's more unique, and it's just something that I am interested in. So now let's go on to the negative. Good Lord. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is Huda Beauty. She is coming out with these foundation sticks, which I have a couple problems with. First of all, they're $39 a piece, and I had not the best experience with the normal pump foundation she has. It was one of the worst foundations I've ever put on my skin, but there are people out there that do like it. I just don't have high hopes for this one, and the color range is seriously needs to be worked on. I mean, look at this. There are two shades that could be considered deep dark. I don't think this is okay at all. I mean, we have seen this happen time and time again, and companies are dragged. And then you've got people like Rihanna who come out with these insane shade ranges, and that's what people want. This, I think, is a little unacceptable. There are a lot more pale shades than there are darker shades, but I don't think is okay. Like I said, it's $39. It's a customizable, light to buildable foundation, and it's a natural finish, but my experience with stick foundations is they tend to be more dewy and heavier on the skin, so that's why I'm just not into them. So that's some things to think about. Next, let's go on to Kylie Jenner's release. It's the Leopard Collection, which I'm really sick of these Kylie releases. The palettes are unimaginative. I mean, this is what you got going on right here. You have these warm tones that we've seen time and time again. You have a cool toned blue, which I think is the only interesting color in here. I'm just not into it, and I don't need Kylie and leopard print like lingerie on my palette. That's just not what I need. I'm not into her eyeshadows, never have been, but her lip products are really good, so I think she should really focus on those. I appreciate her kind of trying to branch out, but sometimes it's like, stick with what you know, girl. Another thing in this collection I think is interesting is there are individual lashes, but they are like just like the little clusters of like 2 or 3. I would be interested in trying those. They look really nice, and that is something different for her. But this eyeshadow palette, and I mean the lips, they look kind of nice. They are kind of on theme with the whole leopard thing. They are more of that orangey brown shade, but I don't know, the packaging just, I don't need you naked on my eyeshadow palette. No thank you. All right, Natasha Denona came out with the Trio Chrome palette. It has 3 chrome eyeshadows in the center of the palette, which is different for her, but I don't think this palette is worth the money when it comes to usability, wearability, because these are pretty expensive. I think this is $69. Yes, her eyeshadows are freaking amazing, and if you have the coin, you can spend it on this, whatever you want. But if you're somebody like me who has a lot of makeup already and wants to get something that you will use all the time, this guy right here, the Star palette, so many great neutrals, but some pops of color, which this kind of reminds me a little bit of this chrome eyeshadow palette, because you have some neutrals, you have some purple, and you've got like this blue brown color right there. I would go with something like this because you will get more bang for your buck, even though that is more expensive. Then they've got like the Safari palette. They have so many, she has so many palettes that have more neutral tones with pops of color, so I would go there first. Okay, enough about that one. Let's go on to Morphe. So Morphe is coming out with this holiday eyeshadow palette. It's the 35XO Natural Flirt Artistry palette for $25. It looks exactly like the Bare Necessities palette from ColourPop, just with more rosy tones thrown in. The style of the palette, like the packaging and everything, is really coming for ColourPop, because I think they have really started to outdo Morphe with larger palettes. The quality is a touch better than Morphe, and it is a really good price point as well. So I think Morphe is really trying to come for ColourPop and be #1 again with eyeshadow palettes. I would suggest springing for the Bare Necessities palette from ColourPop instead of this one. Also, this one, like, I love a rose tone, but this has definitely been done before many times. Okay, next up is one of the biggest things we need to talk about. It is Huda Beauty's new eyeshadow palette that is coming out that is stirring up some craziness. It is the Naughty Nude palette, and there's something really disturbing about this. Like, I will not be buying this, and it's hard for me to look at because of one eyeshadow. It is called Slippery, and it is so disturbing looking. First of all, this is the palette. Super cute looking, great for deeper skin tones, it looks like. But let me zoom in. This shade right there, do you see that it's like bubbles of eyeshadow, like lumped in there, like textured? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. That stuff does not bother me, and I know a lot of people have it, I think it's pronounced tryptophobia, and that's like triggering for them. This is triggering for me, and I don't even have that. That is something else. I applaud her for trying a new formula, new way to put eyeshadow in a pan, but it's scary. Like, it looks like little tiny bubbles of mold. Like, that's where my mind went. It went to black mold, kind of. I don't know. It's freaking me out. Maybe I'll touch it in Sephora if they ever do testers again. I don't know. It's really freaking me out. This one person's like, I have tryptophobia and I can't look at the shade with the bumps. No, ma'am. I'm freaking out. Somebody said slippery looks like the COVID-19 in a pan. Ooh. Somebody said also slippery is giving me vibes, creepy vibes. And someone's like, why does slippery look like that? WTF. People are not happy about this. So I don't know. I just had to throw it in there because it looks disgusting. But the rest of the palette looks really, really nice. Two more things we're going to talk about. Kristen Dominique came out with lipsticks, a whole nude collection. And they look really pretty, really nice. Yes, love the swatches. These are pretty expensive to the point where I was going to try them out, but then I looked at the price and I was like, oh no. So the lipsticks are $20 a piece, and then the lip liners are $18 a piece. That's only a $2 difference between a lip liner and a lipstick. I think this should be a little bit cheaper than the full-on lipstick, but also I don't know the weight of each product, like how much product you're getting in each thing. But the price kind of threw me off a little bit. I understand that she is selling in places like Sephora and stuff like that, but also this makes it a little unattainable for your fans. That's how she started. She got this makeup line and built it because of her fans, and then she's selling these products that are expensive. I don't know. Doesn't sit well with me, but you can do whatever you want, you know. I'm just not going to get them for that specific reason. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is Makeup by Mario's brand. This launched in Sephora. I know you guys know all about it, so another price issue with me. This is so expensive and not very consumer friendly, because there are a ton of items that you would think would just be for a makeup artist, but then the price point is really expensive that the average makeup artist would look somewhere else for more product for less money, and you still get great quality. So the first thing are the eyeshadow palettes. They are $48 a piece, and there's a mattes and a shimmers. Nothing that combines them. So if you want like a full palette that has matte and shimmer, you have to spend like $100, and that's crazy to me. I can see people really wanting an all matte palette because I think there's a big subgroup of people who really just love matte eyeshadow palettes. Tarte has done it before and it's a best seller for them, so I understand that. But then the all shimmer palette, I don't see that being like a hit palette for people because there's no mattes to offset it. I don't know. I don't see people being like all shimmer kind of people. And then you have the Pro Lip Palette, which I think lip palettes are never a good idea. People don't want those. This is $60, and you get a lot of colors in here. You can make any kind of color you would ever want, and you get a lip brush and a card to mix everything together. But who is going to sit here and get ready and create a color, put it on, and then like they're out and about and they gotta reapply and they gotta mix the color and put it on? Like, who has time for that? I don't understand lip palettes. I don't. If you're gonna use them to paint on your face for Halloween, go for it, but this is just not really user friendly. Last thing I want to talk about is the Master Metals palette that you've seen around. This is a really cool concept. So this is a really great example of bringing something new to the market while creating a new makeup brand. So this is something I think is positive within this collection, but it's still really expensive. This is $48, but you have 5 different pressed shimmery pigments that you can scrape into this little tray right here. Use a mixing medium and you create liquid eyeliners, liquid eyeshadow, liquid shimmer you can just paint all over your body. That is a really cool idea. It is still expensive, but it is unique. I think that's something that really added to the beauty industry instead of detracting. So good job, Mario. So I wanted to end on a positive note because I was so negative, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you guys think the beauty industry is becoming so overwhelming. And then also let me know some products down below that you are not interested in as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.